What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another Big Man on Campus NBA preview video. Today we are taking a look at the Monday card in the NBA. It is November 4th, 2019. Hope you're having a great Monday evening. Got a 6-game card, 7-game card here. We'll get into it, try to find some value on the NBA card tonight. Having a great season so far. It's been very fun, very enjoyable. Obviously just going to ride the wave, man, as they say. Not get too high, knock on wood, not get too low. We just try to keep banging them out, man. It's been a fun season, man. You hit some of the games that I've hit, and some have been easy winners, like last night. The other night was a tough one with the Sixers. They find a way, but it's better to be lucky than good, sometimes, as they say. And we'll just keep grinding. It's not sustainable to continue to bet and be this good. There could be, you can win 5 in a row and you can then lose 7 in a row. So you just got to stay even keeled. I'm low volume. It's just about making a unit or two every night and adding to the total. So we'll keep getting after it. Hope you're all having a fun time tailing, and we will keep it up. Skee Profit will not be joining us tonight. Skee Profit is unable to jump on. So we're going to just bang out this 7-game card on our own. I'm sure Skee will tweet out a pick or two. He'll be back tomorrow as well. So make sure you join us for that. Again, 13-2 on the season so far in the NBA. All those picks have been shared for free. And so we'll try to add to that tonight and get after it. Let's get it started here. Thank you for checking out the show. Please retweet it on Twitter. Tell your friends about it. Share it with whoever you think might enjoy it. We're here every night, Monday through Friday, 6:30 Eastern. All right, first things first, let's get to it. Detroit headed on the road to take on the Washington Wizards. Wizards 3.5-point favorites. Total is 224 and a half. This game I don't really have much on. I'm not betting the Wizards. This team is awful defensively and really don't do anything well on that side of the ball. They're also an offense that any night of the week can be hit or miss. I don't want to lay points at them. Wiz loves to run. They're going to make this one a high-scoring game. But I guess my big concern with Detroit tonight is, look, I don't really have any interest in Detroit until they get healthy. They can't shoot the ball particularly well. Derrick Rose is now out tonight. Tim Frazier out as well. There's just not anyone to play point for the Detroit Pistons tonight. Who's going to be the point guard? Luke Kennard? I mean, it's just not how we want it to be. And we've talked about it. There's been certain teams this year that have had issues at point guard. Look, when you don't have a point guard, you don't score. It's pretty simple. And the only players that I want running the point are not going to be playing tonight for Detroit. So I guess even against the lowly Wizards defensively, this is a road game, and this is a spot where there's just not very much. They don't have a point guard tonight. I mean, it's that simple. Derrick Rose is out. Tim Frazier's out. Who's your point guard tonight? It's Bruce Brown and Luke Kennard. They're not point guards. You're already without Blake Griffin. Who the hell scores tonight for Detroit? The thing with the Wizards is, though, it's like I feel like I could find 4 players in North Philly or South Philly or West Philly that play basketball on a regular basis. Throw me in, and I feel like we could score against the Wizards. But I mean, you look at Detroit. I mean, it's been tough sledding so far. I mean, you're only scoring about 108 points a game. That's with Derrick Rose. You take him out of the lineup. I mean, are they going to hit 100 tonight? I think Detroit's really bad tonight offensively. I don't see who's going to get the right players the ball. It's just that simple. So for me, I'm going to pass on this one. I got to tell you, I think the sneaky play here is under, but I'm not betting this one. I'm off it. Under 225 could be a good play here. But again, who scores for Detroit and how do they get into their offense? I just don't see it. All right, next one. Pelicans and Nets. Nets 3.5, total 240. Look, again, why are Brooklyn favored? I mean, this number's up to 4 now. It's pushing 4.5 at some books. Why the hell is Brooklyn getting money here, and why are they favored? You're not going to find me betting Brooklyn. In fact, I was very close to taking the Pelicans tonight. I don't see 3.5, 4 points difference between these two. Look, at any rate, if I feel like who's more likely to get a stop, I'm looking towards New Orleans, frankly. Brooklyn this year, guys, 0-5 as a favorite. Look, I'll continue to say it. Brooklyn is a good underdog team. I'm not looking to lay points with them. Should be plenty of points here. I mean, obviously the total is 239 for a reason. But I just don't really get why. I know Brooklyn's a favorite, but they're going to be a bad favorite all season. Pelicans cover here. I think they press the win. I just think there's a better play on the board. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't bet Brooklyn. In fact, they're probably the best of the best outside of my favorite play tonight. So, look, if you want to bet Brooklyn as a favorite, go ahead. But you're going to keep slamming your head against the wall. It's like betting Houston as a favorite. It's like betting Chicago as a favorite. It's like betting Chicago on the road. You just can't do it. And if you're doing it, you need to stop. It's that simple. Hamza, what's happening? Thank you for watching. P. Perez, Eric Lunsford, Max Mack, Leland, what's up? All you guys in here, thank you for watching. We're going over every game. Let's get to the next one. Milwaukee headed on the road to take on Minnesota. Listen, this is going to be a tough game for Minnesota. First of all, we all know this team is not as good defensively as maybe they've let on so far. They're not. Tonight they're going to get tested. We know what the Bucks do. We know what they're capable of. Here's where Minnesota's going to struggle tonight. You look at how the Bucks defend. You just watch them. They love to protect the rim. They want to keep you out of the lane. If you're a good big that can get out and shoot the basketball, you will beat Minnesota. You will beat Milwaukee. Problem is, Karl Towns is not playing tonight. He's suspended. So this kills the Timberwolves. They just don't have the type of offense that I think is going to beat Milwaukee. You've got to be able to shoot the basketball. Milwaukee doesn't necessarily allow much of anything else, and Minnesota isn't going to be the team to beat them. Look, the only way Minnesota hangs in this game is if they have an abnormal night shooting. So where, like, they make 15 threes tonight. That's the only way they win. Towns would help considerably. Problem is, Karl Towns isn't playing tonight. I don't think Minnesota can keep themselves. Look at Minnesota this year. 22nd in the league in three-point offense. It's not their strong suit. Their strong suit is getting the ball to Towns and getting the ball to the hoop. That's what they do. Getting out in transition. Milwaukee ain't going to allow any of that. Milwaukee's going to say, make jump shots. I have no reason to think that Gorgie Zhang and company can do that tonight. Look, if you had Towns, I think they're a live dog tonight, but they don't have them. So good luck scoring on Milwaukee tonight. The length is going to bother Minnesota. To me, this game is 118, 106, something like that. 114, 103. I think Milwaukee rolls. I think they win by double digits here. Oh, and by the way, if Milwaukee gets hot tonight, this could be similar to last night's game with the Miami Heat. Minnesota is shocking against the three-point shot. I think they're second worst in the league. This game has all the earmarkings of a blowout, in my opinion. The only thing that concerns me here is Minnesota better defensively than we think? Because actually without Karl Towns, they're actually much better defensively. Problem is, Karl Towns is way better offensively than they are without him. So, to me, this looks like a blowout, I think. But it's not as strong as the play I love, which I'm going to get to in a second. But these are strong plays. Bucks are a good one. It's just with the Bucks. It seems like every time I back the Bucks, they like struggle to score. I don't know why. But again, if you listen to the breakdown, this should be a blowout. Chris Elvidge, thank you for watching. Del Toledo, A-Rod, Russ, Leland, Hamza. Listen, we're not talking college basketball. This is an NBA show, guys. Listen, the show is an NBA show, Okay, we'll talk college basketball tomorrow. We're not talking about it now. In fact, I have a college basketball show later tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. You can listen to that. We'll talk college basketball there. But this is an NBA show. So, I always occasionally see people coming in here. Hey, what do you think of this? This is an NBA show, guys. We'll have college shows. Memphis, Houston. I don't have much on this one. It's a tough one. Obviously, no Russell Westbrook tonight, credit all the NBA handicappers, the good NBA handicappers that go and see this stuff and report it. You look at without Russell Westbrook, what Houston's going to do is they're going to get back to playing ISO basketball with James Harden. Now, while they're efficient, they're going to score. It ain't going to be quick. They're not going to be fast. I still, though, think the overs are at the look here. Because, look, at the end of the day, while their pace is down, their offensive rating is still the same, whether Westbrook's in or Westbrook's not in there. They're still going to score. It's just they're not going to do it as fast, which, again, I could see why the totals moved down for that. But here's the problem. Memphis is going to go quick. Memphis is not going to defend, and neither is Houston. So the pace stuff, while it does bottom out, you're still going to have a good enough pace. The only concern here is, does this game turn into one of those outlier games where Houston just happens to play good enough defensively and Memphis just can't make any shots? Because here's the thing about Memphis. If they can't get out and run, they're pretty pointless. Because in fact, I know they're not good in the half court. They're one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the NBA. And you look at it from a shooting percentage perspective, they're also not great. I mean, they're good. They're not great. You look at Memphis, 42.8%. Here's what that tells me. Most of their offense is in transition. In fact, if I look at their fast break efficiency, I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's probably pretty high. Because that's where they're efficient, fast breaks. They're like the polar opposite of Dallas. Yeah, they're 14th in fast break efficiency. So that's like the main way they score, and maybe at the line. Dallas, on the other hand, they're fast and they're efficient. So case in point, in this game, if I'm looking at it, what Houston's going to do is they're going to be slow, but they're going to be efficient. Do I think, and what they're going to do is they're going to make a lot of shots, right? So transition's not going to be easy for Memphis to get in. I just think Memphis is going to be hamstrung in this game because I think they're going to be forced to make shots, and I don't think they can do that. So I think tonight, I actually expect a better performance than normal from Houston's defense. And I think in the offensive standpoint, I think Harden just lulls them to sleep. They score 115, and Memphis just can't keep up. Because that's the problem at the end of the day. Memphis just wants to get it. Look, if Westbrook was playing tonight, I'd be a lot more interested. But I'll tell you why I'm not betting the Rockets. Even though I do think they get the job done, this team's 0-6 this year against the number. Let me say that again. They're 0-6 this year against the number. They don't cover as a favorite. So I'm going to just use this game as like a homework game. I'm going to watch it, see what happens. And I'm going to expect it to go the way I think it's going to go. But the value's gone on the total. And that's why sharp guys are good, because they see this shit and they get on it quickly. And again, I don't want to back Memphis because I just don't trust the score. I think the play here could be Memphis team total under. I really do. And I know that could be, again, career suicide betting on Houston to get stops, but I don't necessarily think I just don't see where the offense comes from, because Memphis's goal is to get out in transition, and I don't know that it's going to be easy tonight. You get out in transition through missed shots. Problem is, Houston's like the most efficient team in the league, or one of the most efficient teams in the league. And Memphis can't shoot the ball either. So I see a team total here at 112.5. I think they go under, honestly. I think this is like a 120, 110 type of game. Too many question marks. All right, let me get to the play that I'm on tonight. I'm taking the Phoenix Suns tonight, +1 against the Sixers. There's too many things to not like about the Suns tonight. Or I'm sorry, the Sixers tonight. The Suns are just surprisingly through 6 or 7 games, they're actually better than the Sixers at pretty much everything. They played good competition, so we don't got to worry about them just beating up on 6 bad teams. You look at seemingly everywhere across the board, even defensively. Phoenix has been good, if not better, or the same. No Embiid tonight, which is a big loss. It wasn't necessarily a big loss. In fact, it was a big loss the other night because he could have destroyed Portland because they don't have any bigs. Phoenix has bigs. They're not great, but they're better than what Portland has. And the Sixers really don't have a competent option down low. Al Horford's good, but he's not your prototypical big. What I like about Baines and Kaminsky is they're pretty good defenders. And they can also give you a nice offensive game as well. But you look at really everything. Sixers are better. Suns are better shooters. Sixers can't shoot threes at all. They have nothing there. From the free throw line, the Suns are much better. Here's the problem with the Sixers tonight. They turn the ball over too much, which is a concern against the Suns because the Suns are really opportunistic on defense. And they can't shoot. And that's going to be the Sixers' undoing eventually. They skirted by the other night. They're not going to skirt by tonight. They're going to lose tonight. And I also have big concerns about Devin Booker if I'm the Sixers. Devin Booker has killed the Sixers. And if you know this team like I do, I've watched Devin Booker kill this team every year. You look at the last 4 games for Booker, 37, 37, 46, 32. He's killed the Sixers. Last 4 games, 38 points a game. He just kills them. I know because I've seen it. I watch it. I know how bad this team is when Devin Booker comes to town. The problem with Devin Booker and the Suns for the Sixers is this Suns team is much better. They're at home, and there's no Embiid. And they're a dog. And they're 6-0, and they're bound to lose sooner or later. Rubio was such a godsend for the Suns because for years, they did not have a fucking point guard. And now they have one that's perfect because Devin Booker is the offense there with the guard position. Rubio just dishes and dimes, plays defense, does what he can do, and gets Booker the ball. Carter off the bench is a terrific defender. If you know anything about him, I mean, he was one of the best defenders I've ever seen when he was at West Virginia. He fits that mold. So right away, that's why your defense is better now because you have guys that can actually fucking defend. Right? Bridges, he's a good defender. Dario Saric, he's a decent, competent defender. Not great, but he's decent. I just think they're good enough to hang around in this game. They just are. And I think good enough to win. I think they're better at some of the small things that you're going to miss. You look at the Sixers, turning the ball over too much. That has been one of the big issues in Brett Brown's tenure here. This team turns the ball over too much. And against a team like the Suns, that's a bad mixture. I think the Suns win tonight. They're 4-0 this year as a dog and a perfect 6-0 against the number. I'm willing to take the Suns tonight. It's just that simple. They're my play of the day. They're the game I'm betting tonight. And they are my game that I'm sending out on Twitter. It's that simple. There's just too many things that I can't not see here. Plus, the line is a coin flip. Why aren't the Sixers bigger favorites? I know it's the Suns and there's no Embiid, but why is they bigger favorites here? Suns are sharp tonight. They win this game. And as a bettor, you've got to be willing to see that. So that's going to be my play tonight. It is the Phoenix Suns +1 against the Sixers. One more game here, Portland Golden State. I don't have any opinion on this game. I'm not betting it. I don't love Portland. They should score at will tonight. But again, I think Cauley Stein and those guys should have big games. What is Golden State? What's their thought process here? It's too high of a number. I don't have much interest in it. So I'm going to pass on this one. All right, that's it for me, guys. I'm going to wrap up the show. I have a busy night tonight. I got to get ready for some college basketball stuff I'm doing and, some other stuff. So there you have it. I'm going to go Suns tonight, +1. I guess I do like the Bucks as well. It's just not good enough for me. It's not there for me. It was close, but not enough. You got to keep your volume low, particularly with all the sports going on. So for me, Phoenix is my play. Where did I go to college? I didn't go to college at all. I am completely just a high school grad, but I'm smarter than most. Devin Booker isn't a human. Wouldn't surprise me. This guy's unbelievable, isn't he? All right. What else do we have here? Rockets opponents team total over 6-0. Good call. This thing we do. Yeah. Listen. Again, I'm not going to be in the. I'm going to be in the minority taking the team total under. I just don't think it's a good matchup for Memphis. I just don't. I don't think they score again in transition. I don't think there's going to be a ton of transitional opportunities tonight. The pace is going to be a lot slower with Harden only, and Memphis can't shoot. So I'll bank them for around 108, 110, something like that. Yep. College basketball information will be out soon. How are you, the big man on campus? Because I am. I don't gotta answer shit to you. All right, Phoenix is the play tonight. You all have a great night. Check me out 9 o'clock. We'll be talking college basketball on the channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.